Minnesota, where hundreds of thousands of Somalians are ripping off our country and ripping apart that once great state. Billions of dollars are lost, and gangs of Somalians come from a country that doesn't even have a government, no laws, no water, no military, no nothing. As their representatives in our country preach to us about our Constitution and how our country is no good. We're not going to put up with these kind of assaults on law and order by people who shouldn't even be in our country. We must now re-examine every single alien who is...
What do the Somalians have to do with this Afghan guy who shot the national...
Nothing, but Somalians have caused a lot of trouble. They're ripping us off for a lot of money. There's a tremendous amount of money going back to Somalia. What the hell are we paying money to Somalia for? But they're ripping off our country at a level that few people have been able to see before. That's about the only thing. You talk about competence. We have Ilhan Omar, who does nothing but complain about our country and our Constitution. And she comes from a country with practically no country. It's devastated, it's crime-ridden, it's a mess, it's a disgrace. And we took their people at a tremendous... We're not taking their people anymore. We're not taking their people. And we're getting a lot of their people out because they're nothing but trouble.
Oh, me, man. Sorry. Move back. Out the way, Willis, out the way. Out the way. You're gonna get knocked down. Move!
Hello there, folks. I really hope you're doing fine from whichever part of the world you're watching this from. And now, the news that has been going around all over the internet and even the mainstream media is that the tweet that was written a few days ago by President Trump about Somalis, and he was saying that he's going to deport Somalis back to Somalia, especially Somalis in Minnesota, because of a lot of issues. And the Somali community had a lot to say about about that tweet and about the pronouncement by DJT. And they were not happy with the tweet and all that. So we all know that for a long time there has not been a very cordial relationship between the Somalis, Black Americans, fundamental Black Americans, and African Americans. And they've been for a long time trying to lean towards the white people. They are saying that they have been saying for a long time that they are not Black, that they are Arabs, and they have been trying to associate themselves with the Arabs more than Africans. And they've really distanced themselves from Africans for a long time. So let's have a look at these few clips. Let's dive in and then have a really quick discussion at the end of it all. So cheers, and I'll see you guys in the end.
Trump is coming after Somalis in Minnesota, terminating TPS protection and stating Minnesota is being terrorized by Somali gangs. Send them back home. Yeah. Governor of Minnesota, he fired back. Ilhan Omar fired back. Republicans cheering. What? What is this? Because there's only 700 Somalis that have TPS. Majority of Somalis, they're US citizens. They're green card holders. They're refugees from the 90s. They have built communities, businesses, neighborhoods. What is he talking about? Why is he framing it like the whole Somali population depends on this TPS? This is called drama, theater, better headline. Yeah. So, what is the intention behind this drama? What's your thoughts behind this? Appreciate that.
Carmel Mall was packed on the fourth floor with people from the Somali community and people coming out in support. On Friday, President Trump said that he would immediately terminate temporary deportation protections from Somalis living in Minnesota blaming them for fraud in Minnesota.
We're not here by accident. We're here to stay forever.
There are currently 500 Somalis in Minnesota living with these protections and a total of 700 nationwide. Many expect this to be challenged in court, but in the meantime, Somalis here say they are fearful of what's to come.
People are always going to be fearful, but we're telling our people we're greater than their fear. We have resilience. We're people that are brave.
When temporary status is revoked, federal law states it can't take effect earlier than 60 days after publication of that notice, and it has to come from the Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem.
What the president is doing is un-American. It's not Minnesotan.
The Protected Status Program for Somalis was launched in 1991 by President George H.W. Bush. It grants protections to eligible people who can't return to their homeland safely due to civil war or natural disasters.
What we decided to do is to bring our community in the heart of in the Somali community here in Minnesota, which is Carmel Mall, to show that, you know, our neighbors are with us, Minnesotans are with us, and we're all together in this fight.
There's no word yet on if or when the removal of temporary status will take place, but experts say if someone is under temporary protected status from Somalia, to check with them on legal counsel to see what their options are.
I don't think you are going to be happy with me, but let me start. Somalis deny Africanity. They do not want to be identified as African. They want to be Arabs. And the Arabs are pushing them. There's a dilemma here. You see, there's identity crisis here now. I don't have identity crisis. I'm an African, and there are so many Africans in Africa. I don't have identity crisis. You can call me whatever you want. But I have identity. You do not have identity now because the Arabs have refused you. They are telling you, ya Abid. And you're better off to accept me as your brother rather than going to an Arab. So we called Somalis in that article Africanity by accident of geography. This group consists of those who happen to be in Africa without their wish to be there. Individuals who found themselves living in the continent by virtue of circumstances beyond their control. In other words, circumstantial Africans. Members of this group are not pleased to be identified with negritude or blackness, be it by value, ideology, culture, ethnicity, or any other quality except by the accident of being in Africa, of existing on the continent. So, the only time that a Somali nomad or a pastoralist, and I have nothing against nomads, the only time he or she will accept to be an African, or she or he may instantly turn around from Arab to Africa, is if she or he encounters discrimination of identity, denial from that group. And I have seen this in Egypt. I have seen it in Saudi Arabia, and I have seen it in Canada. I'm a Canadian by, naturalization. You see? So in Canada, they come to complain. I was teaching at York University in Canada. ورنا على عبودك يا قال هذا والله والله مثل كلا الصع. And I tell them, welcome to the real world. In Canada, I used to teach at York University. Some of my students, they come to me and they say, Prof, these white people, they discriminate us. This is not right. I said, yes, welcome to the real world. Because I have training for discrimination. You gave me. Back home, you gave me that training. To me, this piece of cake. I never felt even single day in Canada that I was discriminated. Never. Because I was already prepared by you guys. As the person who assumes that the purpose of discussion is the pursuit of truth. Now, he continues, such an intellectual is one who attempts to identify problems, reflects on them, and does not shy away from asking hard and unpleasant questions. I didn't shy away, I explained. And who suggests, not imposes, some type of solution to the problem under his or her scrutiny. So he concludes and says, therefore, I would argue that an overwhelming number of Somali intellectuals are simply university and college graduates. Because education which does not bring about a transformation in the consciousness of the educated is hardly beneficial to the individual, let alone to society. If you are educated and the education is not bringing any transformation in you, you still go back to your tribe. You still go back to the nonsense of calling me, or Adon Batai, Bid the Batai, which I don't understand. You see, but like now I'm not called Adon because I'm a professor. Everybody knows there's a little resource around me. Everybody will come. Now I'm removed from Adon to Adonhood. Now, we're Sudan way. I'm Sudan. I'm not Sudan. Adon. So, therefore, here I think the Chinese proverb I picked is very handy here, is useful. It says, to know and not to act is not to know. If you know something, you don't act on it, then you don't know it. So, I wish we had enough time. Now, this is where I come to the character, which I think Burhan, most of it he covered. I thank him. It's the first time I meet him and I heard about him.
Most of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand.
To those who don't know, this is a Somali man named Saeed that preaches Islam and is well respected in the Somali community. For some reason during one of his lectures he decided to bring up African Americans unprovoked and say how most African Americans don't know our fathers and are the products of one-night stands, which is very disrespectful and uncalled for. But did any Somalis call him out on his bullshit? No. In fact, you can see them in the crowd laughing as if what he said was funny and amusing. This is a very common mindset amongst Somalis, and it needs to be addressed. Cause imagine if AAs came online mocking how 75% of Somalis live in poverty, and is one of the poorest nations on earth, or that the average Somali only has an IQ of 68.
Somalis are not black. Let me explain why. Looking at me right now, chat, am I black? I'm literally brown. I'm literally brown, bro. Think about it as well. Somalis are Arabs. We're in the Arab leagues. We speak the Arab language. We eat the Arab food. Bro, think about it like this, bro. If a whole community doesn't regard themselves as black, we can't be black, bro. We literally can't be black, bro. Boogie, did you eat your brain cells? Really and truly, Somalis are Arabs, bro. Think about it, bro. We're in the Arab leagues. We speak the Arab language. Bro, tell me I'm not lying, bro.
We love our brothers and sisters who are Democrats, but you left us. And because the left left us, join the right, vote for Trump, 2024, vote for Joe Trabe, 2024, vote for Maisie Young in St. Paul, 2024, vote for Tajud in CD3, 2024, vote for Tom Emma, our lion, out of St. Cloud. Farhan is here and is endorsing him. And please go out and vote, because voting for Trump without soldiers is giving him a failure. So please vote. Again, for the school boards, we have a ton of people running who are in the school board from all over the state. And please go vote for the Republican Party this time. Thank you so much. And the reason why is because he's a fighter. That's it. We like fighters. More importantly, the left left us. They left us. 33% of our kids at third grade cannot read at grade level. We went from the 6th to what, 19 now? In Minnesota in education? I mean, we are failing in every standard. 8th graders, 60% cannot do math at grade level. These are our kids. We talk about economic conditions here. Our conditions is horrible. We can't afford anything as working class and middle class people. Now, please understand this. We love our brothers and sisters who are Democrats, but you left us. And because the left left us, join the right, vote for Trump 2024, vote for George Rape 2024, vote for Maisie Young in St. Paul 2024, vote for Tajud in CD3 2024, vote for Tom Emma, our lion, out of St. Cloud. Farhan is here and is endorsing him. And please go out and vote, because voting for Trump without soldiers is giving him a failure. So please vote. Again, for the school boards, we have a ton of people running who are in the school board from all over the state. And please go vote for the Republican Party this time. Thank you so much.
If you want a good laugh today, check this out.
Somalis are not terrorizing this nation. We are helping it thrive. Somalis have always seen themselves as the fabric of this nation. So not only are we not going anywhere, we are not going to allow anybody to make us feel less Minnesotan or less American.
First and foremost, little Miss Brusband. I don't feel American. I am American, so no one can make me feel less than or less like something that I already am, because I was born that. And the real problem stems from the fact that you believe that you are the fabric of this nation. By the way, that metaphor refers to people that share fundamental structures, values, beliefs, you know, culture and all this stuff. Didn't you come from Somalia, where the country's major fabric is Islam, what holds that nation together? And in Islam, you either convert or die. That's their belief system, correct? Or you force them to believe what you believe. Didn't Minnesota change their flag for you? See, if you were the fabric of this nation, as you're espousing, you wouldn't have come to change the area you're in. You would assimilate and join in and share your culture and share your beliefs without forcing it on anybody, because no means no. But you guys don't believe in that. If I don't believe what you believe, you say I should die. So please miss me with that, little Miss Brusband.
Hello there, folks, and welcome back once again to the channel. And if you're coming across the channel for the first time, please take a minute to like, subscribe, and share, so that you can help me get to a reasonable number of subscribers. So also, in a special way, I would love to thank those who've been supporting the channel through the Buy Me Coffee link, subscription, liking, sharing my video, and even joining the channel membership. So now let's get right into it. As I had mentioned earlier, that when you have interacted with Somalians a lot, then you know very well that they are of the Muslim faith. And the first thing that they do when they get to a new community, or a different community, is try to bring their culture with them, which is not a bad thing. But why should they try to try and force everybody to join their religion, their culture, and all that? But if you fail to do that, then they see you as a different person, which has not seated right with so many people. If you go to a community, you can carry along your culture, your religion, your practices, but then you have to let the people there practice their own culture and religion, instead of forcing them to join your religion, which we have always been seeing with most Islamic communities, like the Somalis. When they go to a place, they want to establish a mosque, try to change the culture, the food, and all that, which is somehow absurd. So now when we talk about racism in Black America or in Europe or diaspora, then we understand that for a long time there has not been interracial relationship between Black Americans or white Americans and the Somalis. And a lot of times you find the Somalians intermarrying between themselves. And in very, very rare situations do you find them, getting into a relationship with a person who is not from their culture or who is not Somali. But then let's not forget that these very, very Somalians, as you've seen from the video, are the same guys who in Minnesota who rallied and rallied votes and made sure that they voted for Donald Trump. So now that it's come to bite them in the hand, they want solidarity from Black Americans. Now they want solidarity from African Americans or fundamental Americans. Now they want to admit that they are part of Africans. And now they want, just to be in they want Black folks to be in solidarity with them, which could not be the case because they've been trying to distance themselves, trying to associate themselves with, the Arab communities. But right now, when they are facing this from President Trump, then they want to try and involve the Black folks into their own, situation, which is not so appropriate. They are the same guys who voted for DJT, and now it's the time to pay for their votes. And this is just part of the policies that DJT announced during the campaign, part of the border protection, mass deportation, and all that. So now it's come to catch up with them, and it's their time to pay for that. So tell me what you think about this whole situation. If you are coming across the channel for the first time, please take a minute to like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.